If you were to go over to my YouTube channel right now, type in Manifesting Love Aaron Doughty, what you would see is probably 200 to 500 videos on attracting love. And a lot of those were based in some of the old school philosophies. If you want to attract something, then do X, Y, Z. This is the energy dynamic of it, blah, blah, blah. Now, here is a video for you. I think it's the last video you really have to watch on this. And it is the most effective and powerful way of attracting love and manifesting love, when really it's a kind of a counterintuitive thing, because manifesting love and attracting love is bullshit. What I mean by bullshit is it is not the stereotypical way that we think about it, where we are attracting something from outside inside. It comes from the inside out, and it has to do with looking or finding a reflection, but not looking, finding a reflection of the love that you already have in yourself. I have a YouTube meditation on YouTube that has over, I think, 4 million views now. It's my most powerful meditation, most popular meditation. And there's thousands of comments in there from people saying that they've manifested love from listening to that meditation for 21 days. One of the reasons I believe that is because what that meditation does is it has people focus on how they feel and of seeing themselves as someone that's worthy of love, but also of tapping into that energy of feeling it from the inside out. If you want to check out that meditation, click below, and then also read the comments. When you read the comments, it increases the belief in the process. And when I look at the process of attracting love, it is not of bringing something into your life. It is not of doing something a little bit different. You know, what is the one technique that you can use? How can you see something a little bit differently or say the right thing when you're dating or texting someone? It has nothing to do with that. This is what it actually has to do with, and I'm going to share with you that in this video. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. So this video, we're going to be talking about the most powerful and effective way of attracting love. Now, first off, attracting love is bullshit. It is bullshit. Bullshit. Attracting love is not something that we attract. It is something that is reflected. It is reflected back to us depending on how much inner self-love we feel inside of our bodies. And like that meditation I was telling you about, it's because you're feeling the love inside your body that it makes it easier for new reflections to happen in your life. But when we are searching for something on the outside, then what we're doing is we're projecting our energy on the outside, and we're looking for something that is outside of us. It is like the book The Alchemist. You guys ever read that book? It's like this guy goes all around the world looking for some type of treasure. He's looking for treasure to find out the treasure was in his freaking backyard the whole time. But he was looking from it outside. So the thing that I want to share with you is that attracting love is bullshit, because you're trying to find something outside of yourself. And when you're trying to find it outside of yourself, you're going to find someone that is an equal reflection of that energy dynamic. You're going to find somebody that's also looking for love outside of themselves, which means they haven't completely integrated inside their body and felt 100% worthy, whole, and complete. Now, when we talk about attracting love, this is I believe, more effective way of going about it, because what is happening is there is a subconscious block, I like to say block like that. There's a subconscious block around finding love, because you're looking for it on the outside, but also not just because you're looking for it on the outside. There's a block there because probably there's some type of childhood trauma or something that's blocking you from feeling that unconditional love that's within yourself. And what I'm learning in my own life is that there's certain experiences from childhood. Some people call these attachment styles. There's attachment styles, there's anxious attachment, there's avoidant attachment, there's secure attachment. These are all different attachment styles that are primed and were developed when we were a kid from the way we related to our parents. Anxious means we lean in to find love. And we try to get something out of somebody else. And it's like we don't feel that love already, so we chase it. That's why whatever you chase, you're implying something's running away. When you look at avoidant, it's avoidant people push it away. So anxious, lean in, avoidance, push out. And the reason they push it out is because at some point in their past, there was some level of trust that was broken, and then they're now afraid of it. So they want love, but they want to keep it where they want to keep it, and they don't want it to get too close. It's this weird kind of like push-pull thing. That's why a lot of times anxious attachment, avoidant attachments tend to attract each other, because it's that glue. The secure attachment, congratulations, it pretty much means that you're like equal of both. And some people could, I guess, switch back and forth based on the polarity. I've had a women I've dated before that were way more anxious, and that made me avoidant. It gets a little bit whatever, but that is all rooted from a childhood trauma, from some type of childhood experience where you either said it's not safe and then you push it away, and then you're afraid to get intimate, or you didn't feel it and you are searching for it in other people. You didn't feel nurtured growing up, so you're searching for it. Now, the reason you're blocking love is because you haven't let go or become aware of that childhood trauma. So really the key to attracting love is, first off, you're feeling the love on the inside and then getting the reflection in life, but it's all about letting go. It is letting go of prior past trauma and becoming aware of that block and allowing yourself to feel what comes up, to feel what that inner child version of you felt. And as you do, you begin to heal it. And then you begin to feel more confident within yourself too. You don't feel so freaking needy, or you don't feel so much like pushing it away like that. So if you want to attract love, this is about getting and going to the core of your energy. You are very magnetic and attractive when you are being yourself. And you are being yourself and you're being in your body. You see, trauma also makes us exit our body. So when we go through trauma, what happens is it's like we move the energy from being inside of our diaphragm and in our like lower chakras. And this happens a lot with people pleasers and people that have been through spiritual awakenings. The energy leaves the bottom and goes to like almost the third eye, and then you can tune to everyone else, and it's all in your head, or people become very heady and they're like, how do I manifest this? Or how do I, what text message do I send? All this analytical stuff. It's about being. It's about your own energy and how attached you are. The best piece of advice I give to a lot of people looking to attract love is to just let it go. Let it go. Stop. And it's easy to say. It's like, well, I want this thing. It's not that easy, Aaron. How am I just going to let it go? Well, yeah, how would you let it go? If you feel like somebody outside of you is going to complete you, then of course, letting it go is like saying yes to feeling incomplete or feeling empty. But when you instead turn the camera frame on you, or you turn the scope this way, and then instead you focus on doing the inner child work, healing your inner child, healing that trauma and letting go of outcome, that's when you start to feel that love on the inside. So that's why also they say, like, I think you find somebody that is in alignment with you when you are being the most aligned version of yourself. I say this story a lot, I know, but when I used to work a 9-to-5 job, the girlfriends that I would have would all be people that also worked 9-to-5 jobs they didn't like, because I was working a 9-to-5 job I didn't like. Then I started doing YouTube, and I started doing what I love. Then I met and started dating women that are also doing what they love. It's a reflection. They're a woman that were in alignment with themselves. You get a reflection in life, and it's not about attracting something on the outside inwards. Anything you chase, you are assuming is outside of yourself. So one of the best things I think you could do is focus more on letting go than wiring in. It's like attracting love is like, how can I wire in this love? How can I wire in and attract that from over there to into here? Instead of it's, how can I let go of the belief that I'm not worthy? How can I let go of my attachment to past relationships? How can I let go to my attachment to control and trying to control something that's very divine and loving? You see, that's the difference. The difference is letting go will allow yourself to fill up more of what you could say like your higher self energy, more of who you're meant to be. You can then more unapologetically be yourself. And then you're going to have magnetic energy and you're going to attract that to you. But really, it's going to reflect that back to you because you are embodying you. You are inside of your body. So this is the biggest key, the most effective way to go about it. It is not, you'll feel blocked and you won't know why. Or you'll attract somebody because there's maybe some subconscious trauma that you haven't felt before. Maybe there's certain memories that you've suppressed based on childhood trauma that you're not aware of. But how do you become aware of those? I'd say go into meditation and start inquiring about these different things. You don't have to always dial in on the exact moment, the exact perspective, everything. But when you start bringing the energy inside of your body, you'll see that sometimes this stuff starts coming up to the process. And then as it does, you can then let go of those blocks. When you feel it, you heal it. And those subconscious blocks, and if there's any guilt, if there's any shame, then what happens is if you're afraid to look at that, or you're suppressing it, or you're keeping it in this little compartment, it's like being stored inside of your body and it's blocking that love from coming into your life. Or you'll feel blocked in that area. It's like literally almost like a block that's in that chakra. And one of the best ways that you can go about this is feeling that energy and forgiving your past self, forgiving your inner child, loving your inner child, letting them that you see them, you hear them, giving the inner child what you felt like you lacked growing up. And as you do that, you're going to begin to feel differently about yourself. This is all really a game of self. You want to go a little bit deeper? All reality is a reflection of the self. So when you attract someone else into your life, it's a reflection of another aspect of you. Even your friends, your family, everything is a reflection of different energy dynamics. And if you want to attract love, then what you want to do is you want to turn the scope within and feel the love on the inside. Now, that is actually the key, but also healing and letting go. So this isn't about wiring in and attracting. It's more about letting go and releasing. When you let go and release, you'll find that you then are just unapologetically being yourself. You become more magnetic, and then you attract what you desire or intend for into your life. So that's the energy dynamic difference between what we're taught to do in the traditional LOA community, what I have like 200 to 500 videos on, plus what I'm learning to do. And it's learning to go into the crevices of my own shadow, my own attachment, and to heal that, to heal the inner child inside of myself that feels neglected, feels abandoned, that feels misunderstood, and to give that version of me love. And as I do, my outer reality begins to change. I become more magnetic. I feel more confident about myself, and it changes everything. So that meditation I'm talking about, by the way, there's two meditations. One, the meditation has 4 million views on YouTube. Read the comments. Listen to that meditation for 21 days. Watch what happens. But if you feel like you want, you'll see that, linked below. If you want a inner child meditation where we energetically go to Kauai, Hawaii, we connect to our own inner child, and we activate that healing, there's a meditation that you can get by going to aarondoughty.com/child, CHILD, or click the link in the description box below. Listen to that meditation for 21 days, completely free. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video if you liked it. If you want me to make more raw videos that kind of explain these deeper dynamics, and comment below, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, much love, and namaste.